What if the richest man in town was the poorest in wisdom? And what if a small child saw what the grown-ups couldn't? This is the story of a boy who realized what true wealth really means. And what he told his father left him speechless. Once upon a time, in a bustling city of glass towers and silver cars, lived a man named Edward. Edward was a wealthy businessman, known for his designer suits, guarded mansion, and a life so scheduled that even sunsets had a time slot on his calendar. But Edward had a growing worry. His 10-year-old son, Liam, was beginning to take everything for granted, demanding expensive toys, refusing to share, and speaking down to people who served him. One evening over dinner, Edward said to his wife, "He has everything, but he doesn't appreciate any of it. I think he needs a lesson in humility." And so, Edward made a bold decision. He told Liam, "We're taking a trip, not to the amusement park or a luxury resort. We're going to countryside for 2 days." Liam frowned. "Will there be Wi-Fi?" Edward simply smiled. They drove for hours, past the cities and suburbs, into the green-breathing countryside where the air smelled of soil and sky. Finally, they reached a modest farm owned by a family of 5, the Harrisons. Their house was made of weathered wood, no air conditioning, no flat screens, no doorbell, just a friendly dog that barked in joy. Liam wrinkled his nose. "Where's the bathroom?" Mrs. Harrison laughed. "Out back, behind the apple tree." Over the next 2 days, Edward and Liam lived as the Harrisons did. They helped milk cows, pull vegetables, and sleep under mosquito nets. At night, they sat around a bonfire, telling stories and roasting corn. There was no signal, but the stars above gave the clearest reception to something far more important: peace. On their way back, Edward asked with confidence, "Well, son, did you see how poor people live?" Liam nodded slowly. "Yes, Dad, I did." Edward leaned in. "So, what did you learn?" Liam looked out the window, then turned to his father with words he never expected. "I saw that we have servants to serve us, but they serve each other out of love. We have 1 dog. They have 4. We have imported lanterns in our gardens, but they have the whole sky full of stars every night. We buy our food from stores. They grow theirs with their own hands. We have a big pool in our backyard, but they have a flowing creek that never ends. We have high walls to keep people out, but they have friends and open doors that welcome everyone in. Dad, we have money, but they have real wealth." Edward was silent. He looked straight ahead, his hands tight on the steering wheel. Liam added softly, "Thanks, Dad, for showing me how poor we really are." That single sentence shattered years of Edward's pride. He always thought he was rich because he had things, but his son saw through the illusion. That night, Edward couldn't sleep. He stepped outside to his polished marble patio, stared at the city lights, and suddenly missed the quiet of the farm. The laughter, the bonfire, the warmth. The next morning, Liam placed a small tomato plant on the kitchen table. "I brought this from their garden," he said. "I want to grow something too." From that day on, Edward changed. He had dinner with his family every evening, phones off. He donated a portion of his wealth to help build farms in rural schools. He installed a bench near their house, not behind a wall, but outside it. And once a month, they went back to the Harrison farm. This time, not to teach, but to learn in a world obsessed with what's in your wallet. Sometimes it takes a child to remind us what's in our heart. We chase status symbols, watches, cars, gated homes. But the most valuable things in life, freedom, friendship, family, food from the earth, and a sky full of stars, don't have a price tag. This story is a reminder that true wealth isn't measured in currency, but in connection. So next time you feel poor, ask yourself, are you missing what truly matters?